I left to relax. I was in fire there. I'm in fire here. It's time for some people to get burnt. Now that's what I call music volume number 56. Back by popular demand, we destroy and desecrate 10 tracks that made it to the newest Now That's What I Call Music compilation. I am coverkillernation, and let's see what we got this time, because I'm sure it's going to be just a flutter of fun. First off, we have Nick Frandiani, or Frandiani? How the hell you say this fucker's name? Who cares? The song is called Beautiful Life. If you don't recognize the name, it's probably because you don't watch American Idol, and I don't either, so I had to look it up. But he apparently won this past season, and Beautiful Life is his first single ever since winning the contest, the show, and I have to say one thing right off of the bat. He's at number 10 because he has... the writing is just really not all that great. The writing on this track is very typical. It's definitely a pop song, and that sounds obvious, but it's the truth. It's definitely a pop song. He has a good voice. I mean, I have to say that Nick does have a voice that could potentially take him places, but in this avenue, having a voice alone actually doesn't get you very far anymore. This is not something that's going to help him out. You need to have strong writing to go alongside of it, and Beautiful Life just feels kind of empty and lackluster. If you wonder why American Idol is being canceled, it's because a lot of the people that have won these awards their albums have suffered from subpar writing and just generalized bad performance. These are individuals that sound great doing, songs by other people, but whenever it comes to being a songwriter themselves, it's not always their fault. You might have to just, fire some of the American Idol writers, but it typically doesn't have that big name spark that we saw with some of the earlier competitors, the winners from this American Idol idea. By the way, if you are happy that American Idol is canceled, Andrew Stout is doing a series called The Great American Demise that is talking all about this while also promoting some bands at the same time. There's a link to his channel and his series in the description box below. Next up, we have Skylar Stecker with her song Crazy Beautiful. Like Nick Frandiani, this is a formula and an idea that we've all heard 1,000 times before. Now, Skylar has gotten a little bit of momentum on social media and YouTube by doing a cappella and non-a cappella covers of some songs, including Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood. But Crazy Beautiful, it really just gives you that aesthetic that nothing new has really progressed here in 2015, and this song is on here just because it's an emerging artist idea. Skylar certainly has the potential to maybe be a okay, decent artist in the future, but this is a song that just feels a bit vacant. It's one that has a message that is sort of paraded all around pop music, and it's not even a popular song by this artist. In fact, if you take a look on any of her official pages, including her official Spotify page, you'll notice that it's not even listed in her top 5. Why they chose this song, I don't know. Mainly because, I think it's because it follows a very basic and simple aesthetic, and that doesn't exactly help old Skylar out, because this song sounds like just about every other song that I have heard from female artists over the course of the past couple of years that is trying to go this, like, I sort of want to be Beyonce angle, but not really. I don't want to commit. I also kind of want to cater to the indie crowd. I'm sort of white. I don't know. This one just doesn't have very much to give whatsoever. Moving along, we have Wiz Khalifa with Charlie Puth with See You Again. Now, this is a song that was on the Furious 7 soundtrack. It was a huge movie, and based off of that, this was a huge song. The soundtracks to the Furious series, especially from 5 to 7, have all moved some mountains and done fairly well. And this is a track that took over the first portion of the summer, and for reasons that I still don't fucking understand. This song is okay. Wiz is very toned down on this. This is not a track that you would expect to be on a Now album if Wiz himself were just the sole proprietor arbiter of music. Instead, this is one that really showcases Charlie a little bit more with the R&B styles, and it's one that is just sort of devoid of voice. This is one that is... It definitely has to make sense within the context of the film that I haven't seen, because screw that. But as far as a single is concerned, this is no I'll Be Missing You, this is no track that really delivers that same idea of punch, and I'm not even the biggest fan of that song considering it ripped off The Police. But who cares? It should be just all about the movie and the film, and it's a good song because we've all lost people in our lives. I get that. It's just not a good song. Admit it. Just deal with the fact that this track is just about mediocre and nothing more, and we can all get along with our lives a little bit faster. We have Our City with Adam Levine. Now, this is a song called Locked Away that is sort of that reggae pop that we heard with bands such as Magic, only this is one that has a little bit more of the traditional reggae exterior that is sort of swirled around Adam Levine's guest vocals on this track. It's not interesting. It's not one that's all that well executed. It has a little bit more of a soft-spoken ideal to it. It doesn't have a very strong tone to it. It's fairly muted throughout a majority of this track, and really we're getting into territory here where the first 4 songs, each and every one of them in some way, shape, or form, has just not had a lot of interesting quality to them. They just sort of drag along or really follow a very atypical idea, and that's really starting to cheese me off, because let me tell you, even with just the songs off of a Now such as Now 50, there were at least tracks that, even though they follow the exterior, tried to really expand the horizons a little bit and tried to do something a little bit different, and that's the reason why a lot of those songs did a whole heck of a lot better. If you look at 2015, there hasn't been a lot of songs that have been magnetic like the songs that we have heard in the past. And believe me, we're going to talk about one that is magnetic later on in this piece of shit that doesn't need to be magnetic and is magnetic for really all of the wrong reasons. Bottom line, Our City is going to be a name you'll probably hear in the future because obviously somebody gives a crap about him. But the problem is that nobody actually should. Let's move on to Selena Gomez with A$AP Rocky with Good For You in at number 6. Selena, over the past few years, has been attempting to separate herself from that Disney exterior by being a little bit more risque. We, of course, could talk about Spring Breakers, but guess what? Didn't work because you left halfway through the film. Why I sat through that and not Furious 7, that's a question for the ages. But this song is trying to make it where Selena is now all of a sudden the diva that's in the club that is trying to seduce a man or trying to get with a man, trying to look good for this individual, whereas A$AP Rocky is instead coming in and sort of complimenting her up and also voicing a little bit of his troubles with this, but ultimately wanting to go with this girl, with going with Selena, considering damn she looks so good, thus rendering everything that Selena has done in the build-up to be totally necessary and something that worked beautifully. It's almost like a piranha plant trap in a Mario game. You get yourself all dolled up, you hide yourself in a convenient pipe, you wait, and then whenever somebody jumps over the pipe, you ensnare them in your mouth, and then you got exactly what you want. And that's what this song feels like. It feels like a trap because it doesn't really do what it's meant to do. If this is supposed to separate Selena even further, it's actually doing a little bit more than that. It's separating her career even further because it's even a track that doesn't showcase all of that much ultimate evolution. Selena seems like an individual or an artist that is scared to go full tilt, and whenever she tries to on a track like this, it feels so unbelievably forced and desperately unbelievable that it doesn't have the intended result. Number 5, we have Rachel Platten with Fight Song. This is a track that has a fairly decent message to it. This is one that I have to admit, whenever reading up on it, I could get behind it. This is all about Rachel essentially saying that she was going to fight through not having a big mainstream career in the music biz and basically fighting her way to relevance and fighting her way to the top while still doing what she loves and doing it for her. Good for you, Rachel. Too bad this song has been fucking everywhere in 2015, and is one of the most irritating tracks that I have heard. I've heard this in commercials. It's been something that's on WWE. Check out CKN versus WWE on the CKN versus the World channel, you fuckers. And this is just a track that has a meandering, annoying cadence to it. If you really want to do something for you, this sort of simplicity, this sort of idea doesn't feel that way. It instead feels like a manufactured cash-in, where all you're doing is writing a track that's going to perhaps you run that little keno risk, that little dice risk, perhaps having enough relevance, and this is going to be one of those tracks, and already has been one of those tracks that's been taken completely out of context. People think that it means this or that, and it's supposed to be this great message to the children and all of this. Oh my God, it's so wonderful. Read between the lines, everybody. Rachel Platten now has everything that she wants. All Rachel Platten had to do was simplify her style a little bit and tailor-make this for the radio and give it a message that Pink would be proud of. Pink does it a little more directly. Pink ain't afraid to say a couple things that would piss some people off. I don't think Rachel has those same chops, if you know what I'm saying. Once this track dies, Rachel Platten's career will die, but she'll live off of royalties forever. Thanks, pop culture. Number 4, Demi Lovato, Cool for the Summer. Demi and I have never really had too large of issues. We've talked about tracks of hers before, but Demi at least tried to have her own voice on those songs. And with this one, at least throughout some of the verses, she still maintains that crumpled exterior just a little bit. But whenever we get to the chorus, all of a sudden it seems like Demi Lovato has decided that being Demi Lovato isn't good enough anymore because Demi Lovato isn't selling records like Katy Perry. I got a great idea! This is the best idea ever! Oh my God! I will sound, and you guys can help me in the production bench because we got magic tools. We got magic production stuff that can make me sound like somebody else. Make me sound like Katy Perry. Do it now! Make it happen! Money, fame! I'm going to be the greatest! This song isn't cool for the summer. This song isn't cool for the fall, the winter, the spring. It's not cool on any planet. It's not cool on any continent. It's not cool in any solar system or galaxy or freaking universe. This is not a track that should be engaged with, consumed, or enjoyed. There's nothing cool about this. This is trash. And I know, it sounds weird that I'm kind of defending Katy Perry, where Katy Perry should have every reason to sort of be pissed at her, as opposed to being in some stupid feud with Taylor Swift and whoever. Who cares? But yeah, Katy, you should be a little more mad at that than whatever caused the beef that is dumb. Up next, we have 5 Seconds of Summer with She's Kinda Hot. This is actually a rock song. And everybody loves this song. Everybody loves 5 Seconds of Summer. They're great. They have this great aesthetic. They're a phenomenal band. Let me just say this. The song itself isn't the reason why it's on this list. It really isn't. I'll be honest with you. She's Kinda Hot is a bit typical. It reminds me of a couple of songs that we've heard in the past, and I've made reference to the one that had Hot Chili Ray, Tonight, I think was the name of the song. It definitely bears an exterior with that, where it's kind of quirky and everything, and tries to deliver that, you know, and then she looks so good standing there in her blah blah underwear. I forget who did that. Who cares? It's really dumb too. My problem with this song is simply this, and I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So this rock, this is what you're telling me. This rock music is not only accepted by the public, but it is considered good. It is considered great music. Whereas bands that go out there and actually pour out stuff that doesn't feel pre-manufactured, that doesn't feel like it's been written by a team of freaking flunkies that can't sing or can't perform themselves, but have an ear for what's hot, and maybe know how to read music. This is acceptable, but people that go out there and slave their lives and essentially sacrifice a lot for their fans, for the public, for people, is it? What is wrong with this culture? We can assault this forever. We can assault this once again on Cover Killer Nation versus the world as a separate topic. If you're not subscribed to that, do it now because I'm tempted. Why this is okay and those other songs are not, I will never know. But I will say this, that is hypocrisy to the 10th degree and the 10th degree of that. So for that reason, regardless of whether or not this song is good, regardless of whether or not this song is moderately acceptable, fuck this song and fuck 5 Seconds of Summer. Charlie Puth, back again! With Meghan Trainor this time! Oh my gosh! The double-decker bus of shit. We don't know who Charlie Puth is really, aside from what he did with Wiz Khalifa, so this could be okay. The song is called Marvin Gaye. Why do we need to keep name-dropping people in song titles? What the hell is up with this? Uma Thurman by Fall Out Boy is on this album as well. Didn't make the list, but what is the sudden obsession with doing this? Dietrich Schrempf was another one. We've done Bill Murray. Those 2 songs were actually good. But then we have stuff like Marvin Gaye, which is not. This retro aesthetic, this retro 50s and 60s aesthetic does not need a male counterpart to Meghan Trainor, but now we have one, and let's put them together, and it's gonna be great. It's like watching this decade of music come back in 2015. Thank you, yeah, hooray, woohoo! No. Let's get it on like Marvin Gaye is the very first thing that you hear. No, you've missed the point! You've missed the point of that entire era of music. There was a lot of suggestion. There was a lot of suggestivity in those songs. And they were songs that did not rely on a very simplistic backbone in order to drive it home and attempt to have the singers try to command the attention. And guess what? They don't do it very well. They don't do it well at all. This is an insult to that whole entire era of music, and it should be destroyed. Charlie Puth, if this is your whole entire angle, that you're going to be the counterpart to Meghan Trainor, please do me a huge favor. Do me a huge favor. I want you to take a lot of drugs whenever you get a lot of money, because it's gonna happen. This song is Places. And whenever you do that, get a lot of drugs and start taking a lot of them. Start taking them one at a time, and get Meghan Trainor in there. Be like, hey, we're freaking huge, we're untouchable. Have her start taking drugs one at a time. Am I asking for both of you to overdose and die? Nope. Not doing that, because that's a dick move. No. What I'm hoping will happen is that both of you will end up overdosing and living and waking up from your little overdose fantasy, your little spice rack deal, and decide, all of a sudden now I want to be an accountant. And Meghan Trainor decides, plus-sized model? Sure! Screw this song. This is nothing. This is garbage, and it should not exist. We knew this would be number 1. We've talked about this song before. We did a video based around this song that even has a dance to make this one look bad. Yeah, touch your shoulders, touch your nose, kiss my ass, fuck your face. Y'all know the song. I hope. If not, watch the video. Watch me whip, watch me nay-nay, Salento. It is still amazing to me how mindless that this song is, but I knew that this was going to be on this list. I knew that it was going to be on the Now. The minute that it was told to me that this was going to be on the Now, the minute that I saw it on the Now, I was like, oh, well, number 1 is out of the way. I know it. I know it would be number 1. And it is, because this song, I was hoping that there would be something on this wretched, abominable piece of shit that would actually top this and make me feel worse about pop culture. I was hoping for it. Why? Why would I hope for some sort of sick pain like that? I don't know, but I did. Didn't happen. And because of that, we have this at number 1. So here's my recommendation for you. If you really want to know why I think this song is trash, there's a link to the video. Go watch that. Also, I need something to cleanse me, and you probably need something to cleanse you after all of this. So, after watching the review of Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay, enjoy this link that's right underneath of it. It's a lot better, It's a lot more fun, and it involves animation. I know all of you fuckers like animation, so here, have some fucking animation. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The top 10 worst songs on Now 56. And you might wonder, where's The Weeknd at? Can't Feel My Face is a decent song. Get over it. Where's Ed Sheeran at? While not his best work, the song that was on here, who cares what the title was, it was alright too. Where's Luke Bryan? You hate country music, coverkillernation! That was a good, Strip It Down is a good country song. It reminded me of a throwback to the 1990s. I know that that might seem impossible coming from my mouth, but it's the truth. Do you think other songs are worse? Post your list in the comments below. Which rant was your favorite? Post that down there as well. If you haven't subscribed to Cover Killer Nation versus the World, do so now. We just talked about social media in our last episode. I'm back. I'm back. I'm fucking back, motherfuckers! Can't get rid of me that easy. We're going to do this again when 57 comes out with the same amount of rage and the same amount of hate. So you're going to want to hit the subscribe button to this channel right here. That way you don't miss it.